As health education specialists, we were given the task to assess the health and living conditions of the communities in Gainesville, Florida. The community we assessed was Duval Heights. We spoke with the workers and residents of the community, and these are their stories.
Go ahead and tell us your name.
Novella Strada,
And how long have you been living here?
51 years.
51 years?
Yeah.
And how long have you been living here in Duval?
Approximately 45 years.
The historic Duval community lies in eastern Gainesville. The boundaries are marked by a super Walmart to the north, State Road 24 to the west, East University Avenue to the south, and the Horizon Center Alternative School to the east. The community takes up an area of just under 1.5 square miles and is cut in half by 8th Avenue, which serves as the main road for the community. The first few blocks, when you turn into Duval from Waldo Road, can be considered the main hub of the community. A takeout Chinese restaurant, a corner store, some barber shops, and various other shops line the road during this stretch. As you proceed deeper into the community, these businesses fall away, replaced by homes, churches, and an elementary school. The community is designated as a Front Porch Florida community. The Front Porch Florida program was developed by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection to provide residents of low-resource and at-risk neighborhoods the opportunity to take part in the healing, reclamation, and restoration of their communities. The program was enacted to provide both monetary and technical support for these communities.
What made you be a part of Front Porch?
Community concern.
Community concern?
Yes, and that goes back to, I believe, 2005 when we initiated this Front Porch program.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, community concern, just concern for the community. We want to enhance the community, make it better, for the living conditions better for the residents living out here. And at that time, it was rather ragged conditions, and I think we've made quite an improvement to assist our youth in whichever way that we could, and also the elderly. So those things are here. They were here then. I think we took a look at that and we said, this is something that we can be helpful in this area. And so the program was initiated, and sure enough, we were able to do some good in those areas.
What improvements have you guys made towards the community?
Improvement towards the community, we had those lights as you enter this community off of Waldo Road onto 8th Avenue coming east there, those lights right on the street there. Don't know whether you've been this way at night, but we have lights out there. The street lights that light up the street for about a distance from here halfway down the street. I wish we could have gotten further, but we initiated those Front Porch. We put those lights up, and through the initiative, through the Duval Area Initiative, Front Porch Duval Area Initiative, and we have put solar panels on people's houses in the area. We have put fence around people's houses. We have got rid of some of the old dilapidated houses in the area. We have helped a couple of people that built a house in the area. And this is over the period of time that I was talking about earlier. And we have assisted our youth in the area, like yourself. And we have given to the school, Duval School. We have given to Duval School immensely. We have really prospered off of our initiative. The Reichert House prospered immensely off of our initiative. We have done many of good things in this area that's not being shown up. That's not really on the books that's being shown up. But yes, Front Porch have done a lot of good stuff in this area for a variety of different things, and we're still fighting, trying to get some things, trying to get lighting in the neighborhood, trying to get our streets better conditioned, better streets, and so just overall, there's an ongoing struggle in the neighborhood.
In this video, we're going to assess a number of facets of the Duval community, including the physical environment, food environment, and healthcare environment. We also spoke with some of the people living in the community right now to gain insight into their experiences and to hear, in their own words, what they think of their community. Before getting into any of this, however, there's a lot of information about Duval that you need to know in order to put our findings into perspective.
The Duval community, with an area of 1.339 miles, is seen as Gainesville's most poverty-stricken neighborhoods with high crime rates compared to the areas surrounding the campus of the University of Florida. Numerous studies and surveys have been conducted in the Duval community that give insight into the demographics, crime rate, and household income, among a host of other factors. This low socioeconomic status neighborhood is home to over 2,787 residents of many different races. According to demographics, blacks make up about 90% of the population of this community, with the remaining 10% consisting of Hispanics and whites. This community is mostly composed of the houses, with the Gardenia Gardens Apartments being a highly occupied residence building that consists of 278 units that house some of Duval's community's poorest residents. In the Duval community, there are thousands of individuals who are financially unstable and partially reliant on government assistance to meet day-to-day needs. At first glimpse of the Duval community, one can observe a small corner store that is filled with everything from cheap bags of potato chips to a shelf mounted on the wall behind the cashier filled with an assortment of tobacco products. Offering items like these make it very convenient for community residents to develop unhealthy eating habits. Residents of the Duval community take advantage of this store because it is in walking distance from their homes.
Farther away from the Duval community lies a newly built Super Walmart that is equipped with all items a person would need. Upon entrance of Super Walmart, one can observe boxes of canned soda stacked to the ceiling. In comparison to the aisle filled with carbonated drinks, the water aisle is 25% of its size.
Looking through the shelves of the grocery store, it was very alarming to see the prices of healthy food options compared to non-healthy food choices. While looking upon the fresh fruit and vegetable aisle, there was an abundant amount of fresh food on the shelf. In respect to the fresh fruit and vegetable aisle, the shelves with canned fruits and vegetables were nearly empty.
This also supports the idea that the people who shop at that particular Super Walmart prefer to buy canned foods. In addition, there were empty shelves that were once filled with WIC-approved items. After observing this, it is safe to conclude that there are a high number of individuals in the community buying WIC-approved items.
Do you use the Walmart often? That's right here.
Yeah, I go to Walmart a lot. Me too. My daughter goes, she does all, she does all
Yeah.
grocery shopping. And she goes there all the time.
Physically, the Duval community takes up a small area and is divided almost equally in half by 8th Avenue. If Duval had a main street, this would be it. The road itself is well paved and lined with grass, trees, bushes, and features sidewalks on both sides of the street. Moving off of 8th Avenue, however, sidewalks are non-existent. Additionally, these side roads were in poor condition. In some places, they seem to have gone unpaved for years. Traffic signs are also noticeably sparse in the community. Speed bumps are commonplace, but are hard to spot while driving since they have no distinguishing features or signs to point them out. While 8th Ave is undeniably the main road in the community, the amount of traffic it receives is limited to the residents of the area. None of the other roads had any traffic to speak of. The condition of the homes in Duval ranged from perfectly kept to unlivable. For example, a completely burned down home occupied the neighborhood and had begun to be overgrown with weeds. Next to it, there was an empty lot that had served as a foundation of a home at one point. It exists now as a spacious concrete slab where people can congregate and grill food. A few homes had barbed wire installed above their fences as an added security measure, and we saw a number of warning, bad dog signs posted in front of additional homes, which acted more as a deterrent than as legitimate warnings of the presence of a dog. A distinct feature in the Duval community were the prevalence of churches. In any given 2-block radius, there's at least one church to be found. The churches are the center of activity within the community, as they offer a handful of activities and opportunities for community involvement, such as basketball nights and gym access.
The neighborhood needs sidewalks. It needs curbs to keep water from running around everywhere. Better drainage systems need to be out here. So there's a lot need to be here in this area. But we're doing what we can with whatever we could get at that moment.
Duval is home to 2 parks, both found on the south side of the community. As the community is relatively small, they can be easily reached on foot by the residents. The larger park, the Duval Park, is a scenic park with well-kept paths on which to walk. The second, smaller park appeared to be new and featured a jungle gym, 2 half-size basketball courts, and a covered area with seats, benches, and tables, perfect for children and families.
Within the Duval community, there are limited places to receive health care.
How do you get to your appointments, Steve?
Some of my grandchildren.
Where is it located at?
On 13th Street, primary care, Dr. Odosha. Most people know it by Dr. Odosha's office.
The Duval community is mostly comprised of houses and residential apartment complexes. The remaining portion of the community are open fields and abandoned homes that leave no room for healthcare practices. While walking around the Super Walmart, there are numerous signs advertising the many health services being offered by the store. These services include vaccinations, free blood pressure readings, eye exams, and filling of prescriptions. With Walmart being the closest source of healthcare within the community, residents take advantage of the pharmacy for both vaccinations and prescription filling. While at the pharmacy located within the store, there was a long line of people awaiting their turn to speak with the pharmacist. Situated next to the pharmacy is a blood pressure machine that delivers blood pressure readings to individuals for free. During the blood pressure readings, statistics are shown on the screen to inform individuals on unhealthy eating habits and the effect they can play on one's health. In addition to the Super Walmart, there is UF Health and Azalea Dentistry. UF Health is a family practice that serves the Gainesville community and the surrounding area. On a daily basis, there are families coming in and out of the doctor's office.
Our experience within the Duval community was an interesting one. In many ways, what we were exposed to was not surprising or unprecedented, but was thought-provoking nonetheless. We assessed the community statistics, the food environment, the physical environment, and the healthcare environment within the Duval community. Although we as a group were far removed from many of the struggles that the people of the Duval community face every day, our status as outsiders gave us the opportunity to assess the community through an unbiased lens. The community itself was neither frightening nor unwelcoming, and we left the community with valuable experience that we can use to aid us in our future career as health educators. Thank you for watching.